All eyes on Doge. Big run up to the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up to the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.60. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Wednesday afternoon, evening, or for our friend Aussie, Thursday morning. How you guys doing out there? We're holding on, right? We're holding on. People accuse me of always being a bull, but I'm bearish at times. And if you recall, just yesterday, 24 hours ago, I said during the live stream, and this is, of course, front-running our friend Nelson's question here of when is a good time to buy. I said, and many of you remember this, I said, I won't like it, but $16.99 is likely. We were going to drop into the red box, $16.99. You remember that? Because that's how Dogecoin trades, right? It's penny by penny, and the dip was going to go to 17 cents. I thought it was going to wick just below. $16.99 would be the price to buy. So if anybody today asks me the question, I'll say, well, of course, 12 o'clock today, right? That was the time to buy. That was the time to buy. We also talked about Jane Street, right? And the 10 o'clock dump. Oh boy, did we get a dump today. We got a dump today. And of course, Bitcoin led the way with the dump. So there you go, right? Manipulation at its finest. Let's see. We'll just get rid of that. Goodbye. So that was the dump. We were having a nice morning, right? Running up. We were hitting the edge of the purple box for Bitcoin. And then, kaboom. Pull back big time. Market makers taking out leverage. And then, of course, everybody gets all bearish and the retailers trade with their paper hands. And we dip a little further. So that's what we had today. Now, many believe this is front running the end of the US government shutdown, which is going to be bullish, right? Oh, it's already priced in. But is it? Is it already priced in? You could say that, and you're like, well, the price would be a lot higher than it was already priced in. No, it's still just getting manipulated because of the weak trading volume. Weak trading volume is what we have. So yeah, Dogecoin did drop down into the 16s, into the red box. And I wanted to get out of the red box by 6 o'clock right here. It's the end of the red box. I have it right here. The end of the red box is at 6 o'clock. Never to be seen again unless the market makers dump the price even lower. Because I don't know. I'm not really a wizard. Although some people call me a wizard, I'm not really. But we'll talk about it here. We'll talk about what's going on. Particularly Bitcoin. Slipped below 102. ETH, Doge, XRP dropped over 2% today. Just another one of those days. But this is ahead of the U.S. House vote to end the government shutdown. So that is coming tonight. That will not be live. It will not be live on this channel because, they're going to start sometime between 4 and 5 o'clock, but that's not when the vote starts. That's going to be all the stupid speeches like blah, 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 blame you, blame me, blame the others, like all of that. Then there'll be obviously some procedural stuff that needs to get done. And they're probably not going to start actually voting till after 7 o'clock. So we won't be watching that here live. But it does give us time to talk about, let's see, 163,808 traders were liquidated in the past 24 hours for $638 million. And here we go again. What is it with these leverage traders? Yeah, I'm tired too, Drip. I'm tired too because, man, I don't do leverage trading and I feel like I'm getting whipped, you know? I feel like it. And I'm not doing leverage trading. It's tough. It's tough. But yes, another $638 million of leverage trades wiped out again. So let's just end the government shutdown and let's have a big pump in crypto. Crypto deserves it. Us crypto holders deserve it. However, we do have to look at the charts. We got to do that. Excuse me there. So this is what we're waiting for. Speaker Mike Johnson says the government shutdown is expected to end tonight. We believe the long national nightmare will be over. He's talking about crypto, isn't he? See? He's talking about crypto. We believe the long national nightmare will be over tonight. It was completely and utterly foolish and pointless in the end. Yeah. So it looks like Trump says he's going to be ready to sign. So it may be signed tonight and not even wait for tomorrow. Meanwhile, gold added $700 billion in market value as its price reclaimed 4,200. So we had today gold going up. A big run on gold while crypto was dumping. So that is what we saw today. Oh, and we also saw the Dow Jones going up too. Yeah, to a new all-time high this morning. Another new all-time high, this time for the Dow Jones. If you're holding dividend stocks, like the slow, tried and true stocks, they were the ones actually trading up today. Were those stocks. So the Dow Jones, a new all-time high. And gold. So, about the leverage, Ash Crypto says, I really thought people would calm down on leverage after seeing how rigged the game is during the October 10th flash crash, which of course you have heard me talking about, which wiped out $19 billion in a single day. But I was wrong. People learned nothing. People learned nothing. Leverage is a casino. The house always wins. Well, every once in a while, traders win. But yeah. The market makers use it to harvest retail every time. Smart money buys spot and hodls through the storms. And that's what we got here. And that is what we got here. Marlon says, look, Ethereum versus Bitcoin just flashed a historic signal. Every ETH bull run started with a reclaim of the 50 EMA. We just did it again. So we rose above it, came back and retested it right here. Same thing that happened back here in 2021 before the big run on ETH versus Bitcoin. Could this possibly be a foreshadowing of something that we saw back here? 5.5 or 4.5 years ago. Interesting. Very interesting. However, there's still no social interest in Bitcoin and crypto. Social interest is like dead, and it's been all year. We had up and down social interest end of 2023 throughout 2024, and it's just been dead, and it's still dead. People are taking their whatever money they have, and they're putting it into stocks, right? The stock market is where the money's going. It's not going into crypto because crypto's not doing anything. Meanwhile, global liquidity continues to churn upwards. Quantitative easing, as I talked about this morning, early 2026, leading to thoughts about a super cycle or an extended cycle. So, talked about that this morning. Meanwhile, we've got the psychology of a market cycle, and somebody added a few lines downwards, right? Depression, deeper depression, wrecked, rector, ultimate rector, annihilation, right? It's just like, and that chart is for all the people that say Doge is dead, Doge is going to zero, like all that stuff. And this is when the social sentiment totally gets it wrong. They totally get it wrong. I point you to this chart right here. This is the Dogecoin chart. This is the Dogecoin chart in January 2021. Okay? There was a nice run early in the month where Dogecoin broke a penny. And that was the first time Doge had broke a penny since the end of 2017. Because 2018 was in a bear, 2019, nobody was talking about Dogecoin. 2020, Dogecoin started to wake up. And then early 2021, there was some excitement around one Mr. Elon Musk, who may have tweeted a thing or two about Dogecoin, and Dogecoin broke a penny. But then, after that, look at the volume here. Big volume while it was trading up, and then it just went dead. Totally dead on the volume. And so Dogecoin went from a penny, 1.2, down to a penny, down to 0.009. We had a fall off here right around January 6th. Remember January 6th? Yeah, January 6th. That January 6th, right? Remember that? Yeah, that was then, right? So we had a big drop in Dogecoin from just over a penny all the way down to 0.007. That's like a 30% drop, right? And it's like, it was bad. And Dogecoin was just drifting lower and lower and lower. And people were like, Doge sucks. Doge is dead. Right? Doge is dead. And then what happened right after this? What happened? All we have to do is pull this over just a little bit and you get this. Boom. Right? From out of nowhere, Dogecoin pumped from under a penny all the way up to 8 cents. An 800x. And I bought right at that little blip right there at 2 cents. That's where I bought, right there at 2 cents. And with that purchase, I was never in the red because Dogecoin has never seen 2 cents since then. That's also the Dogecoin I sold just about a year ago for 42 cents, but that's another story. Pepito thinks winter is coming, but I warn you, when social sentiment gets low and things get boring, you never know when that big pump is going to come. That's the message here. And as I tweeted out, you got to follow me over here on X here. I am at KrissPax. Yes, I claim the actual at KrissPax. There are some fakes. Sentiment so bad for Dogecoin and overall crypto market. These are often the times when those with conviction make out so much better financially than the loser whiners. The loser whiners. And I'm just like, that's how it is. That's how crypto has been. And there are others who have like, yeah, I sold Dogecoin and I'm buying the security tokens, right? So they're chasing like Zcash, like after it already pumped like 1,000%. And now they're going to chase it instead of having conviction and holding on something that really hasn't done its huge move yet. So I don't know what else to say. I'm just like, you're not going to win if you sell at a loss and then you go chasing something that's already pumped 1,000%, and then you're going to buy in. It's like, no, you're not going to make it. You're not going to make it. Is that guaranteed? No, not guaranteed. We don't know. But the way I made my money was buying when things were down. Not only was it after the Luna crash, right? The 3 Hours Capital mess, Celsius, bankruptcy, Voyager, bankruptcy, BlockFi, bankruptcy, and then FTX got taken out, of course, by CZ and Binance, right? Sold a crap ton of FTT tokens, crashed the FTT price, which took down FTX. And you know what I did then? I sold my house and I started buying crypto when it was at the bottom of social sentiment, nothing worse than that, because I had conviction in the crypto market. So that's when I was buying. Now, I bought probably way too wide of a stash of alts, and I probably should have just concentrated on Bitcoin, Doge, and Solana, obviously. In hindsight, it should have been Solana. But I bought some Algorand. It really didn't do as well. And I bought some others that didn't do as well. So, conviction. That's what I've got. But we continue. This isn't happening, right? This isn't happening. Will we have a bear market? That remains to be seen. I think the cycle's different this time. And I'm not the only one saying it. Somebody in the comments today on my super cycle video said, well, now you say something. And I was like, no, I actually looked back, and my first video talking about an extended cycle was actually over a year ago. If you go on my channel, you will find over a year ago, before the big November, post-election pump, I was already talking about the possibility of an extended cycle. So nobody can accuse me of coming on late with that idea, because I was in that idea early. Now, did I rule out a 4-year cycle? No, I still talked about that as well. I still talked about the 4-year cycle, because it is what it is until it isn't. Now that we didn't have October, and now Moonvember doesn't look like it's mooning, right? It's a different cycle. So, well, Con, bulls may be in denial, but this is crypto, Con. It's just crypto, dude. You don't know what's going to happen, and I don't know what's going to happen. All right? Can you agree on that? Please put in the chat, Con, that you don't know what is going to happen. And that would be a true statement. And it's the only true statement. It's actually the only true statement. Nobody knows what's happening tomorrow. Nobody knows what's happening next week, next month, or next year. Nobody knows. All right? But we can have fun because we're Doge holders and Doge lovers. Today, the Dogecoin devs issued an apology statement. They misspelled statement, but that's okay. Paulo is not, English isn't his first language, but that's okay. There were other apology statements that were being made. I think VeChain made one. There were a couple others I saw. And yeah, I'm trying to buy Michael. I'm trying to buy Michael. My price hasn't hit yet. Here is Paulo's apology from the Dogecoin devs. We are so sorry. Oh, say, dear world, we're so sorry. Sorry for being the best means of exchange humanity has had since 2013. Sorry for refusing to stop being that friendly, unstoppable, nonstop financial force that just keeps going. Sorry for being that coin, you know, the one with the smiling dog that somehow makes everyone question economics, memes, and reality itself. Sorry that both kids and adults love us, use us, and giggle whenever someone says much wow at the checkout. Fortunately, that doesn't happen as much as it should, but that's another story. We sincerely apologize for all the things our community has been recklessly building, like wallets so smooth that they make bankers jealous, online stores that bark such commerce, payment processors that say send it, and even devices that can beam signed Dogecoin transactions without the internet. Huh? Radio Doge, heard about it? We must also apologize for the Dogecoin Foundation, those tireless sheeps who work day and night across every time zone building open source magic for everyone to use for free. So sorry for the dedication, truly unforgivable. And finally, we're deeply sorry to our wonderful community for being the kindest, most wholesome bunch of humans and dogs who lift each other up through good times and rough times alike. We're sorry for one last thing, for never ever giving up on each other, on fun, on the dream of a better, sillier, more generous world. Much apologies, many regrets, such unstoppable Dogecoin. So sorry since 2013. So we can have some fun. Dogecoin. Meanwhile, MyDoge says, look, not your keys, not your Dogecoin, right? What are you doing holding all your Dogecoin on exchange? I know there's some of you that can't wait to sell your Doge, so it's sitting on exchange for that. But if you're going to be holding long-term, move it into a wallet. I use a Ledger for most of my Doge on this Ledger device here. Hardware wallet. I have a link in the description below. And if you click on that link, let me show you what you get. Let me show you what you get. You click on that link right there. And you get this. They're now called Ledger signers, right? They don't call them wallets anymore. They're calling them signers. Kind of interesting. Signers. The Ledger Nano S Plus right here, the one that I have, is on sale again. You all asked me to inform you when the Ledger Nano S Plus is going to be on sale again. It is on sale, my friends. Not $79, which is what I paid, but I got $20 worth of Bitcoin at the time. No, they're just giving you the $20 off now, $59. $59 for Ledger Nano S Plus on sale. It's really all you need. Now, I know some people might want to have the stacks, right, or the flex or one of those. Cool, right? Easier to use. But this works fine. So just putting that out there. Not your keys, not your Dogecoin. Meanwhile, I've got the pinger on. Looks like Zcash has been going back up, taking out shorts. A lot of people shorting Zcash. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. While Dogecoin tries to hold 17 cents and get its ass out of the red box. Just get out of the red box. Now you're thinking of Meggle. Yeah, I've got a limit order in. And Meggle is just stuck at 133. I've got it at 130. Where's my Doge miner? Yeah, I want to know that. It's stuck at custom still. Not happy. Darth Mike, how are you? It's almost like to expect the inverse of what is the current crypto sentiment. So no 4-year cycle, no end of year pump, no imminent bear market either. Khan, you've been hanging out at VP's channel too much. Shadow Realm crap. Not good. Not good. Not original. I don't know what zone is right now. It's weak. I know that. It's trying to find its bottom, 46.5 cents. Yeah, that's pretty bad. But I'm kind of stuck in that one too. Right, like Nick says. Stuck. Danny's at work, going to hide in the restroom to watch the live stream. There's always a yo-yo season in amongst the crabbish bull run. Things don't just go straight up, folks. And I've shown that chart again and again about the Bitcoin pullbacks during a bull market, bull cycle. And I showed it again this morning on my video. It happens. I currently hold 1 share of Michael. I hold 1 share. And I only bought that on Robinhood so that I would get notifications when Meggle went up or down. So I hold 1 share. I have an order in for 3,000 shares. And it hasn't hit my order yet. Joanna, I got my wish today. William came home from work just in time to see the live stream. Awesome. Awesome. Doge is going to a mill. A mill what, Borbs? However, Con, nobody knows. Just means the uncertainty of the future. You don't know and I don't know. Historical price patterns and behavior can change, which we are seeing this cycle. Uptober turned to Downtober. Moonvember is turning into Black Hole-vember. You know, it's just, that's all I'm saying. T doesn't know what's going to happen. Kriss doesn't know what's going to happen. So you either have conviction or you don't. And if you don't, you can be a bear, just sell all your Dogecoin and move on, right? You can do that. But don't act like you know what's going to happen, because you don't. Hey, good afternoon, Dat Chick. How you doing? We're hanging in there. We're in a vortex of something. No, VP's all right, Con. I think VP's fine. I think he's very knowledgeable about crypto trading and charts. He gets into all of those stupid tokens, right? Which is awesome, right? Deck Screener is his friend. Awesome. I don't do that. But he doesn't have conviction. And so he's always bearish, and he talks about the shadow realm, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't get into that. That doesn't help me. How is Aster? I don't know. I haven't looked at Aster. See what's up. $1.12. So it reclaimed $1. We had all this excitement earlier in November, right? Went on a big run, sold all off much lower. Could have gotten this for 84 cents. Wow. Well, since that 84-cent drop, it's up 35%. In the end, though, still got a long ways to go to get back up over $2 because of the big sell-off. I don't know. Is CZ really going to do something with this thing? I don't know. But just be careful when you get those huge rockets up. There's a lot of people who bought up here, $2, $2.20, that are now way down. And for those who sold out of Doge to go chase Zcash, hope you didn't buy up here at $700. Now, Zcash is trying to come back again, third run, but this is a bad pattern. Most likely, this is going to come up again, and then it's going to drop lower, would be my guess, for Zcash. So be careful out there. Dogecoin is still up above where it was back here a little over a week ago when it would dropped into the 15s. So it looks like we're starting to see a little bit of some kind of upward sloping support. Interesting. So we'll keep our eyes on that. As we recover from the latest dip. If we go into a bear market aesthetic, are you going to sell your house again to buy crypto? Why not, right? You only live once. Just sell the house. 2026 is going to be an interesting year. I'll just put it that way. It's going to be an interesting year. From the time I bought my house in January, the value of my house has gone up while the crypto market has gone down. Interesting. Interesting. I'm actually making money instead of being down. I'm good. Hope you are well. Just feeling like you said, no one can predict what happens next, but I'm still fairly positive the best is yet to come. I have my limit order set for $1.30. Yesterday it was $1.29 and it didn't hit. Pesos, of course, warps. We are not seeing anything different aside from alts not pumping. Bitcoin is having a traditional 4-year cycle. You say that, but Bitcoin was in the red in October and it was red in November. So it's not traditional. It's not traditional at all. Olavec, thank you for the super chat, my friend. How you doing? I hope all is well. Any word on your miner? No. Yours has been awesome. You've been averaging about 9 Doge per day. I am very upset. I should have already had 270 Dogecoin, maybe 300, right? From the time it was supposed to be here. Stocks don't do 4-year cycles, Con. Ali knows what's going to happen. $20, of course, Joe, right? Ali knows all. You're still waiting on last year's Santa rally. Kyle, maybe we'll get it this year. Yes, yet. We don't know yet. Every time I tune in, I buy the dip. Who needs Black Friday? That is true. Technically, Doge faces resistance at 18.5, key support at 15.7. Thank you for your lines, Dr. Doge. 18.7? Yeah. That's pretty close. 1865 right there. That's a decent line. 15.7. That's close to the body of these 4-hour candles, but the wicks went down lower. The bottom of my red box is at 15.4. Is the bottom of my red box. 15.4. But yeah, I get it. LOL fire. Thoughts on if we do enter a bear market or just holding long-term for the next bull? We've been talking about that. There are many who do believe this is the start of a bear market. However, when you zoom out a little further, you start to see a different kind of view of things where we're actually, since September 2024, we are in an upward trend. We're still in an upward trend. Now, we had the big blow off here from last year's election. That is how Dogecoin trades, right? We had the Trump winning the election. We had Elon and Doge, the Department of Government Efficiency, and all the hype around Doge, right? And so Dogecoin went on a crazy run. It couldn't hold that price, and so came back down. But it came back down to a low that was higher than where it started back in September. And that was all the sell-off based on the Trump tariff stuff, which was freaking out all the markets, and everything was going down, including Bitcoin. Even Bitcoin went from 109 down to 74, over a 30% drop in Bitcoin. So, I mean, Doge didn't have a chance. And of course, it's going to drop at a higher percentage than Bitcoin because that's what memes do. So you zoom out. I don't know how you can say Doge is dead. I don't know how you can say that. So my magnet is still here at 30 cents. Seeing if Doge goes up and breaks through this downward sloping resistance line that we have here. We also just had a death cross too, but that's another story. We talked about that the other day. Death cross. Yeah. Trying to get out of the red box right now. That is what we were looking for Dogecoin to do, out of the red box. You only have an hour and a half to go. VP has been in the shadow realm for 8 years and he's tired. Yeah, isn't he making a food review channel? Jason, I think the market makers have been watching Kriss and they know what we think. So they're trying to shake us out. Thoughts on HBAR? HBAR has been very volatile, actually. Big volatility in HBAR lately. Much more volatile than Doge. Will it survive? It will. Hedera's not going to zero. Right? Is it a bear market? It doesn't look like it. This isn't acting like a bear market. You're going to make a special pasta salad tonight, celebrating the end of the government shutdown. CHZ, is that Chili's? Wasn't Chili's supposed to be the sports team token? Seem to remember that. Hey, Goose, wrong dang box. I know, right? The wrong dang box. LPTX was up 400. There's always something, right? And then it'll come crashing back down. So you took profits on that and then bought Zcash? Good luck. Sean, your first cycle, not going to freak out, learning a lot. You won't lose the 15K. It's not going to zero. So that's the bright spot there. We're going to be buying up 100-year mortgages. Absolutely not. I want nothing to do with the banks. I want nothing to do with the banks. A 12-cent limit order. Really, Bibbles. You're turning into a big bear again. The average new car price is $50K. Yeah, who's buying those big cars today? That's crazy. Just another kick in the crackers. Santa Rally's coming. What's going to be in his bag? Good question. 18.5? Well, at least 18.2, right? To get back into the purple box. And that'll be resistance again, right at the top there. Yeah, we talked about the difference this year too. The other day, Bitcoin reached a new all-time high this cycle before the Bitcoin halving. That has never happened before. And from there till now is the longest continuous uptrend Bitcoin has been on since a new all-time high hit. It's still going higher. So I'm not convinced we're in a bear market yet. Bitcoin's still over $100,000 a coin. Come on. I know. I got a bunch of equity you can use for the bear market. Just got to watch the real estate. What's happening with real estate? Your miner heating your garage. I would love for my miner to be heating my kitchen right now. That's what I would love. I have a cold kitchen. It's 35 degrees here. In a traditional sense, it's supposed to top in Q4 post-halving, which, yes, early October, $126,000 a Bitcoin. Yes, but that doesn't mean we're done. And that was early October when that happened. Never happened that early before. Oh, I didn't forget about the miner. Hi, Mark. Did we hit $1 yet? Nah, not quite yet. Do you think Dogecoin could ever go back to 8 cents? I'm kind of thinking the single digit prices are done. 10 cents at the lowest in the bear market, which we're not in yet. Hey, Kriss, every year I donate $20 to Toys for Tots. $20 in Dogecoin as they accept crypto. Cool. I own my house, but I ain't using equity for crypto. It's all right. I may have to go get a drink here in a minute. Yeah, I was thinking about trying to get into that, but I'm like, do I really want to spend all that time buying all the parts and trying to figure it all out? I don't have time for that. Pepito has a feeling the dog will return in the new year. That's what I say too. Aussie, when in doubt, zoom out. We are still technically in an uptrend this cycle. Until we go down to 13.4, we're in an uptrend. You hate that you have to have a passport to buy a miner. Yeah. I need to take a break for a minute. Did you miss me? Frog in my throat. Just a little tickle in my throat there. 7:03 p.m. tonight. We will pump. I think that's when they start the vote. I don't know how long it takes to the vote to happen in the House. So 435 people voting. Do I wish I would have bought more crypto when I first heard about it? Of course. 2018 though was the bear market, and that's the first time I looked at a chart on Bitcoin and it was going down. And I was like, yeah, I'm not buying that shit. That's literally what I said to myself. I'm not buying that shit. And then I didn't pay attention to crypto until the summer of 2020. The shutdown finished officially. We'll see if the House, it looks like the House is going to vote yes. Doge isn't splitting. Nope. Since I entered the crypto world, I'm learning to control stress. Exactly. You have to. You have to do that. Good morning, Anthony. How are you? Is this dip a fake out before we get a pump? There's a theory about that. Just one last shot for the market makers to take out long leverage before buyers come in and start buying. We will see tomorrow whether that is true. Sean, interesting. Since debt was refinanced by the government, it added a year to the cycle. Yeah, I don't think crypto trading is so tied into the US government's debt. It's not really a direct connection there. So I think it's more on the institutions, the governments buying treasury companies, ETFs, right? It's becoming more of a financial instrument. And I think that's what's extending it out. And I think the market makers and exchanges play a role in that too by manipulating the price, taking out all the leverage. I think that slows down the momentum. Anthony, no, you're not in my head. Sorry. I don't have a base case from here, Con. I don't have a base case. We're just following along. I give a daily update on the news, on the charts. I try and look for trends, but there's no base case. I guess if anything, the base case is sideways, right? Crab market, that's the base case. It's just going to chop around sideways since October 10th. It's going to fluctuate between my red box and my purple box, and that's what we got. All right? That's my base case. Everyone was losing their minds as Bitcoin hit 100K, now calling it a bear market. Y'all are spoiled. Give it some time. I like that. Give it some time. Jason's on a break. All right. What's a good price to get out of Megal? You'll wake up one morning pre-market and it's just going to be at a price. And you'll decide then, because it's usually pre-market or after closing when the real action hits on Megal. This is Pax Cat's time to shine. Where's he at? I don't know. He hasn't come in yet. Got 10 more minutes. He used the bathroom and I disappeared. But you aired out. Okay, that's good, Nick. Yeah, I'm okay now. Thank you, Joanna. Got some water. Something in my throat. Did I see Trump's tweet? Which one? There's so many tweets. It appears the public only accepts the stock market, NASDAQ, and gold as investments worth buying. Crypto too risky. True. That's absolutely true. But slowly but surely, more and more of them try it out. Sloppy Joes are good, Joanna. You haven't missed anything. Still in the red box. Charlie does not like it when Doge is in the red box. And that's a stupid thing to say, Paper Chaser. Doge is dead since 2021. Dumb. A fortune teller told me today that Doge is going to 23 cents. Could we still crash? Yeah. Yes, sure, I have conviction, Con. We wait until what? What's the magic word, Con? What's the magic word for Dogecoin? Catalyst. Catalyst. You're looking at something trading without a big catalyst yet. We haven't seen a catalyst since a year ago. We wait for the next one. That is how Dogecoin trades. I say it again and again and again and again. Catalyst. Me no like red box. Of course, Charlotte. What's your problem, Paper Chaser? Come on. Come on out with it. Tell me what your real problem is. Because you got an attitude and you got to get rid of it. Dogecoin has zero catalyst. You're an idiot. You're just an idiot. And got another one. There might be some Republicans voting with the Dems. I haven't heard that. I haven't really paid attention to the House and what they're doing. Me no like red box either. Smash the likes and subscribe. Thank you. Feels like we've been here for a while. I know, just chopping around. Purple box, red box, between two boxes. That's what it's been. Charlie's just watching. Where would I set my selling range after the shutdown ends? With Dogecoin, I'm waiting for the big move. If the government shutdown ends, Doge might be lucky to get to 20 cents. Not good enough. For me, not good enough. Hey, Chuck. Been listening on the drive home. I sure hope when the government officially reopens that we don't have a market maker surprising dump. Goose, you wanted your own wrench for a second. Doge is a great investment because the catalysts always come, Con. They always come. If you don't have conviction in that, you can just find your way out the door. That's how Dogecoin trades. I've said it so many times. And when it does, it is glorious. Since cryptos are too risky and most do not know what they do, so that is why people decided to put money in stocks, NASDAQ, gold, but not crypto. Well, they did in 2021, right? How did we get those blow-off tops in 2021 in altcoins? So no, I don't buy your thinking there, Anthony. Right now, a lot of investors are selling their gold and they're putting it in the stock market instead of crypto, because crypto is being all pissy because of the leverage hunting going on with Binance. And they don't want to chance that. And so they're putting it in the stock market, and the stock market is going up. That's why it's happening. My buddy told me about Bitcoin in 2015 when he was mining it. He lost the keys to his wallet. Ah, dude. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know, Matt. This cycle is different than all others, and it may just peter out. We don't get a catalyst. We don't get it. I don't know, right? What if Elon has magically given up on X money, right? There's no hope for Doge on that. I don't know. Yep. I get the disillusionment, paper chaser, but again, if you don't have conviction in it, then you should just sell and get out instead of coming on here and saying stupid things like Doge is dead and Doge going to zero and it sucks and it's worthless and all that, because those are stupid comments. You can be more thoughtful about how you feel about the price action and why you think that Doge is going to go down from here. That's what I prefer. And I like to have those conversations like I do with Khan and Anthony and others. I don't mind that. Just be a little thoughtful and smart about it. That's what we do here on this channel. Thank you. Kriss is the catalyst. Oh, if I only had that power. Christian, since I started watching you, I went up 100, 300, then down. Then up 1,000, then down. I see progress. It's exciting to see what's coming. Yeah. Right. As DB says too, if you're unhappy with holding Dogecoin, just sell it and do other things. Right? It's as simple as that. But just coming on here and bitching and complaining is not going to get you anywhere. So thoughtful responses is good. We shall see, Gappy. Elon's talking about releasing his mass production flying car. I didn't hear about incorporating Doge, though. I think somebody made that up. But as Charlotte says, you have to be patient. If it was easy and it could happen just like that, everybody would be rich. Exactly, right? Probably another one who just thought it was going to be so easy. Yeah, I'll just buy some Dogecoin. It'll go to the moon and I'll become rich. And if that was your thinking in buying it, no. Crypto has other plans. There you go, Goose. You won me over. You won me over with your thoughtful chats. Right. If you're not willing to hold, you have no conviction, you have no faith in Doge, you shouldn't be here. But you can be here if you have some thoughtful things to say about Dogecoin, even if you think we're going into a bear market. Explain to me why you think we're in a bear market. I want to hear your thoughts. Really, I want to hear your thoughts on why you think this is a bear market if you are bearish. Yep, there were less altcoins back in 2021. Now we have all those millions and gazillions of stupid shit tokens. I wish I could just delete all those. Pickle Friday's coming. That's right. We're all going to be eating pickles on Friday. Back in 2021, we wanted big institutionalists to buy crypto and have more exposure, and now we don't. Exactly. That didn't work out so well for us, did it? Didn't work out so well. Hey, Gene, what's going on with the government shutdown? Now the House is they're going to start any moment now, just with their speeches and whatever other parliamentary procedure things they need to do before a vote, which may be in a couple hours. It's not a prudent investment. Who said Dogecoin was a prudent investment? Nobody. If you want a prudent investment, you go buy stocks. It's not only a crypto, but it's a meme coin. Come on, God. That's how it works. We all know that because something's going to go up based on a random catalyst. Yes, that's how Dogecoin works. And so far, since its inception in 2013, it has outperformed Bitcoin because of the random catalysts that happen for Doge. Yes, it has outperformed Bitcoin since 2013 because of the random catalysts. I hear SHIB is a good buy. Yeah. Elon's focusing on bots and flying cars and all that stuff. Exactly. If I could get all eyes on Doge, if I can teach Grok to sing all eyes on Doge or even play it at key moments, like every Tesla car, you start it up and what does it play? All eyes on Doge, right? That would be awesome. Yeah, good luck with that sheep. Everything's baked in. Nope, that's not how crypto works. It may be for a long-term thing, but short-term, it'll pump. Crypto does direct reactions to news, even if it's already, quote, priced in. I bought the dip like Kriss told me to. Where's my Lambo? That is the chat of the day right there, folks. Chat of the day from Maxim. Thank you. Chat of the day. I bought the dip like Kriss told me to. Where's my Lambo? I love it. I love it. If you're not going to hold, you must fold. Double wielded. Look at you, Goose. I didn't say it was going to be a sustainable pump, but it will be an immediate one, I would think. Yeah, no 20 cents for me either. Waiting for the bigger move. That's right. Ryan's birthday Friday, so pickles on Ryan's birthday. Meant to be National Pickle Day. Be careful with that wrench. Great responsibility, right? Great responsibility. You know, Spider-Man stuff. Tony, we seem to be stepping down since last December. We stepped down from December to April, and that was all Trump and the Trump tariff and all that crap. But since then, we've been stepping back up slowly, some bigger steps than others. That's what I see. Are crypto and altcoins the future of money? No, I do not think so, Gene. It's kind of fun to talk about with Dogecoin, but no. Certainly stable coins as a substitute for a digital dollar. Yes. Stable coins, blockchain driven stable coins that use the dollar as a backup. That's the future of money. Unfortunately, a lot of Dogecoin fans don't want to hear that, but that is the truth. Anthony says, I have to be honest, many of the cryptos that I have, I don't understand the technical jargon that they do. So do you think 75% of the people who do understand crypto would buy it? If you understand the technical jargon, then you're already orange pilled or yellow pilled or red pilled or green pilled. I mean, it's all, you've already taken the leap to understand blockchain technology and the way cryptos work. So you're most likely then going to buy it. Yes. No, we don't put Khan in a timeout because he's thoughtful about his posts, right? He's not a troll. Exactly. That's it, Ryan. Great power comes great responsibility. I knew it was something. I knew that. Spider-Man. Sloppy Joes are in progress. I'll be right over. Joanne. Elon started following me on X today, but I think it's his secret account. Yeah, there haven't been any worthwhile chats, Brian, but that was a good one for Maxim. That was a good chat. Chat of the day. Yes. They need to sign up for my course, right? Meow. How crypto works. It's on sale. Got a Black Friday deal coming up for only $475. Black Friday for my course. You got to buy my course. The link is in the description below. Go look for it. See if you can find it. My course. I bought the Lambo like the dip told me to. Where's my Kriss? Oh yeah, I blew it on the applause because I didn't have that window open. Sorry, chat of the day. I did blow that. Thank you for bringing that to my attention, Gappy. Sonic, right? A pickle slushy. I might have heard of it, but I wouldn't even try it. Pickles on burgers are good. I do like a good pickle on a burger. The pickles at Five Guys, pretty good. You're going to make sure that she gets the Polish pickles on Friday. Good. It's a game, Anthony. Some win, some lose, I guess, right? So you can think of it that way. If you're smart enough, you know how to play the game. A pickle pasta salad. Anything but a blue pill. Actually, the blue pill might see some green candles there. Round tripping gets shorter every month. Ryan, it's just the way it is. It's the way it is. I might be round tripping if things don't work out. Right? I did that in 2021. I round tripped it. And then it went higher. You guys. You guys. I've made enough to get my fluffy dice off layaway. Now wait for the boom so I can get the rest of the car. Oh. Got it. Yes, Gene. Friday is National Pickle Day. National Pickle Day is Friday. Pickles are mandatory with grilled cheese sandwiches. I agree with that. I do like a good pickle slice or two on a grilled cheese sandwich. Gives it that extra. The House vote will be live, but it's not happening yet. It's just the way it is. Yep, Brian. Now you know. Bruce, Bruce Hornsby. Yes. I was wondering, yes. That's the guy. That's the guy. It's just the way it is. Another good music reference there. Well, Abe, we'll see. Nothing's confirmed yet. The market is about to crash harder than Review Tech USA. We'll see. We are getting more pings, though. You're not good. Fartcoin, Bitcoin, Solana, ETH, Pepe, Near, Aave. As prices are going down before the House vote. Yeah. Oh, look. We're going down again. Yay. Liquidations. Yay. I want to see the short liquidations. I want to see this all red. That's what I want. Egg, peanut butter, and pickle. Yeah, Chuck, I don't think so. I don't like that combo. Egg. I would never have egg peanut butter. I would never have egg pickle. And I would never have peanut butter pickle. Any combination of those, I would not have. It's always bearish forever and ever. Yeah, VPs. Another one of VP's lines. No, not even the egg and the pickle. No, I don't like that. It's like good omelets, right? You think of what you want to put on an omelet. It's not a pickle. Hershey's chocolate syrup, horseradish, and a dab of ketchup on a pickle. Oh. PB and pickles work? Never had it. The market crashes. I'm buying more Pepe and Dogecoin. Something called Baby is moving today. Baby. What is Baby? Not Baby Doge. Baby. It was moving. This started trading in April. Tough time to start when things were going down. Traded up to 14, 15, 16 cents. Now it's at 3. Baby. Hey, it's up 40% today. So there's some volatility on this thing. Baby, baby, baby. Doge, $16.99 again. As Kriss predicted yesterday, if you remember. Remember during the live stream, Kriss said, dip to $16.99. We'd be back in the red box, but $16.99. Yep, here we are again. $16.99. Sounds awful, doesn't it? I agree. Khan is going to do some live streaming. Really? On your channel here? On YouTube? I want to check it out. Please promote your channel. I want to see it. It's not as easy to do as people think. Bitcoin must hold 99.5. Ah, but hey, people are talking about CME gaps, 97, 93, CME gaps. The best made snappy garlic bites. Okay, egg salad with some pickle chopped up. You got me on that one, Mark. That's good. I'll take that on the egg salad. Bitcoin must hold 100K. Except for those CME gap crazies. Is XPL dead? Probably. Yet another one, right? That everybody was talking about before. And then it was like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, that's pretty much dead. That is dead. Doge is not that. That is the sign of deadness if there ever was. 26 cents. I tried to draw a purple box for it. It just kept dropping lower and lower. I was giving it some hope. Nope. Doge is still in the top 10. Out of all the millions of coins and tokens, Doge is still in the top 10. Not good. What's happening? Oh, Rowan, it's just, Some more market maker liquidations, right? Weakness until the buying starts, which could be tonight. U.S. government shutdown ending. That's what we think is going to happen. How do we punish the market makers? The best way is just for everybody to start just mass buying. That's the best you can do. But they still win, taking the shorts out. They always win. They always win. May I go back down to $1.31 after market? I don't think my $1.30 limit order is going to hit. There's no sellers. No sellers. What company, T? If you want to share. I know we've been to $16.99 before and we didn't die. Exactly. You're going to be using OBS. Yeah, I've used OBS. The overlays, right? The different scenes. Yep. Once you get it sorted out, it's easy. It's kind of a pain to manage. That's why I like StreamYard, because StreamYard is much easier to use than OBS, but it costs money. But I like the way live stream, puts the comments on the screen like this. It's super easy. And it's how I do live streams. It gets everybody engaged. That's kind of the hardest thing on OBS is you can't show the comments. That's just the way I do it. But yeah, I've used OBS a few times. Yeah, Danny, I'll get there. I've used OBS, and it just going between different scenes sometimes is you just have to remember to get it all set up. And yep. But some people just have great live streams with OBS. They do a lot of cool things with it. DB for the win. We didn't die. We didn't die. Yeah, Darth Gremlin, I think you've got a problem on your internet connection with the spinning wheel of death. And Google, YouTube owns the ads. I have no control over it. Technically, I can pay my house off at 30 cents, but I'm greedy. 54 cents is so much better. Oh, have you cried tonight, Jamil? Sorry about that. Punish the market makers. All sell and never buy crypto again. Stop playing the game. Organize a short squeeze like Roy and Kitty did. That is true. 100, 456. All right. Because Danny asked so quietly. Yeah, we do got some big ones down here. 100, 456. Yeah, who said that? Warbs. Yeah. $38 million right there. That's just in 24 hours. Let's widen it out. Let's look at the 3-day. No, those are all are relatively new. Yeah, they only pump the price up when they want to take out shorts. And then they drop it to take out the longs, like that big one right there at 102. Yeah, let's see what Doge looks like. Look at all the shorts up here. Come on. Way too many shorts. Got to take those out. 17 cents, 18 cents. That's not that hard to do. But they did take out a lot of new leverage right there with that dip. They'll be voting tonight, and Trump says he will sign it tonight if it's delivered to his desk. Buy more Doge when you can, hold it, and eventually you'll become rich. So says our friend Gene. You're not liking the red box thing? Hey, I just put it on there as, you know, a placeholder, a visual to show. I thought we were using it as a resistance or a support here. I thought it was a good support last night, but the market makers just dumped everything today. You paid a dude $80 on Fiverr to set it up for you. Cool. If you go through and just watch OBS videos on YouTube and set it up for yourself, then you have a better understanding of how it works. But I get it. You want to do something a little higher end. Those guys can do a good job. Yeah, green box will be above the purple one, Mark. We just got to wait. Warbsy is a smart boy. Right? We saw it just a year ago. 300%. Meanwhile, stocks keep going up. Hey, Raiden, how are you? Yep. More fun in games. Then shouldn't it call an 80er, right? Wasn't everything on there supposed to be $5? Wasn't that the idea? If you offered services there, it would just be $5. That was what Fiverr came. Wasn't that right? Am I wrong on that? Fiverr. You offer services for $5. The price being in it you don't like. Yeah, you and Charlotte. No likey the red boxy. Was that it, Ryan? Yeah. It was supposed to be $5. But then they gave in and started allowing people to choose their own prices. And it's like, it's not Fiverr anymore. Yeah, I'll give Khan a watch. Let's see what he's up to. Have you used the DCA average website? I don't know what that is. Don't forget to smash the likes, subscribe. Thank you. Remember back in the days, 2008, Australia temporarily banned shorting. Shorting was not allowed. Wow. They need to do that with the stocks here. All of the naked shorting that goes on. I mean, so many games being played. How can you short a stock more than it's actually worth? It happens. Ping pong. I'm up for a good game of ping pong. I play a mean ping pong. You're going to be on during the New York Open? Oh, you're going to be up against George and his crypto. Cryptos are us. But you're doing something different. I get it. Yeah, but good luck. Good luck. Hope it works out. I want everyone who starts a YouTube channel to be successful. It takes a lot of work, a lot of dedication. You just got to keep grinding away. We'll go up in the other market times, but then as soon as the US wakes up, we don't. Yeah, that's been the pattern. Oh, I was waiting for you, low roller. Nobody won the Mega Million. Imagine that. Again. Yet again. $965 million. Friday's drawing. I used to like George. Now I'm just kind of more of the same. Everbowl. My YouTube channel would be do not buy when I buy. It's the reverse gappy, right? It'd be the reverse gappy. Like the reverse Kramer, right? To be a reverse gappy channel. You say price goes up, then price goes down. You say price is going down, then it goes up. Do I know which viewers hold the most Dogecoin? No, I mean, I've had some say in the chat how many Doge, and there's been some with millions, but I don't restore that off the top of my head. Lots of people are angry with Wall Street, blaming them for Bitcoin's drop. What would you do with 965 million? Well, I mean, 400 million would be gone to taxes first. So now you're talking 565 million, right? So you've already lost 400 million. And then that's if you take it in yearly installments over 20 years, but you decide instead to do a lump sum. So now you're at about what, 300 mil, maybe 200. So now you've lost $600 to $700 million already. Sorry, that's just the way it is. Oh. The Dogecoin DCA calculator. The Dogecoin DCA calculator. The Dogecoin DCA calculator. Look, up and to the right, everybody wins. Look, see how easy it is? It just goes up. Hey, I like it already, Eric. I like it already. It just goes up. Look at that. I love it. It goes up. Why does it have a Bitcoin symbol in this prompt here where it says Dogecoin? I think they need a little fix on their graphic here. They have the right Dogecoin D on the chart, but over here it's a Bitcoin. So they need to fix that. Money invested, portfolio performance, current profit, portfolio value. Performance of the Dogecoin DCA plan. They started in, well, this is a problem right there. They started on December 11th when Dogecoin was at 42 cents and they invested $100. That is not a blame Kriss, because Kriss was selling at that price. Kriss was selling. So it looks like once a month they bought Doge. $100 worth of Doge every month on the 11th of each month. Their lowest purchase was April 12th, 17 cents. So they weren't buying the dips. They were just, on whatever that day was, they were just buying. So yeah, they're down $181. Yeah, but Eric, look at that. They started at the top of the last mini bull run. I know, once a month run. So, yeah. But I guess you can do your own, right? I mean, that's the idea, right? You can set up your own and do your own charting. Interesting. Cool. Yeah, we want to see Khan's channel. I have not seen skills games, slot machines at gas stations. They usually pump out news and ads. That's what I see. I see news, little news clips and ads is what I see. You think there's you're a good enough talker to do some YouTube? You lack the focus, one single topic. Man U is the easiest one, but there's a ton of Man U channels. Yeah, Boston has the Toronto Maple Leafs number. Toronto tried to pick some fights with Boston. You just can't do that with the Bruins. Bruins have a tougher team now than they've had in the past. If I win the Powerball, I'm just buying Dogecoin. Hey, Raiden, keeping it real. Thank you for the super chat. Dan would give everyone in the chat $1 million. I like that. And then we don't have to all pay taxes on the gifts. You'd have a better chance of getting eaten alive by a shark on land and hit by lightning 3 times before you win the Mega Millions. True. Take the lump sum. Publishers Clearinghouse went bankrupt. I saw that. They thought they were going to get $5,000 per week for life, and now that's been cut off. Yeah. $25 a week. Yeah, but I mean, you don't start after a big pump on big green candles at 42 cents. My channel will be called Pump and Dump Crypto. Eventually, you'll always be right. Yeah, Joanna, you would get 2 million in your household. Yeah. Slots? Charlie's like, slots? What? Did anyone see the Northern Lights? It was cloudy here. Apparently it's going to be on later tonight, but come on, Doge, get out of the red box, please. Charlotte would please like you to get out of the red box on the upside. On the upside, please. Charlotte is rather not fond of the red box. Get out. Bitcoin 101,773, still over $100,000 a Bitcoin. Despite the market maker shenanigans. ETH 3,400. Somebody just bought Solana down here, they said 152. It's probably a pretty good buy. But then some people are like, nope, it's over. It's all over. It's bear market. Everything's going down. Who's buying crypto? Yeah, red box is a buy zone. I said on last night's stream, $16.99, it's coming. And boy, did it. Boy, did it. It's that time of the month again, Raiden says, so we'll be back in the red box for a little while. It's that time of the month. You don't want a grumpy Charlie. Yeah. GameStop has their own slot machines online. You open repacks of digital sports cards like NBA Top Shot. Wow. I'm sure they've figured out a way to make it so that they're always making money, right? I mean, GameStop would do that. No Pax Cat show tonight. I don't know what he's doing. Don't know what he's doing. Yeah, we need Jim Cramer to be bearish. And Gappy too. Because the reverse Gappy is the same. Gappy's bearish, we go up. Still have that little tickle in my throat. No, low roller. Haven't looked for the Pokemon cards. I think I know where they might be, and it's in one of my son's big boxes that he was supposed to unpack, not my box. So it's down in the basement in one of those. That's where I think they are. So I'll just leave that for him. All right, my friends. Yep, this is where we are on a Wednesday with is anybody going to be watching the House vote tonight? I'd rather watch just about anything else than the House voting. My neighbors do not know who I am. No. They think I'm an architect. They have no idea about this stuff. Hey, he might. That's up to him, low roller. I don't think he's got a first edition Charizard. I mean, he was buying cards a long time ago. So they are old cards. And they're in rather good condition. Probably not mint because they're not all sleeved. But he might have something. I don't know. That's up to him. Hey, we're ending on a green candle here, coming back up. So tomorrow morning, I'll make a video and we'll see how the evening ended after the U.S. government shutdown ends, which we think is going to be. And I'll be live again on Thursday afternoon, evening time. So do check in again. I hope everybody has a great evening or morning for people like Aussie, who it's already Thursday morning. Have a good one. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.